All right, so with the overall crypto market looking extremely bullish and Bitcoin surpassing $73,000 per coin recently, I've been looking for the next big AI and gaming projects that are set to launch, because this is the absolute best time for a project to launch and actually succeed, as when we're seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins really start to go parabolic. So recently, I did invest a while back on a project called DeepLink, and currently they're having a node sale going on, but this project has had some pretty impressive numbers. They've raised $9 million in early investments. They've raised a total of $10 million, if you go ahead and look on their website, over $10 million in public sale phases 1 through 5. This has already ended, but they did raise a significant amount of money. There are over 2 million users in over 110 different countries. And if you're looking at all of the details on their website, from their public sales to what they do, this project has had some pretty impressive statistics and a lot of interest. There's over 1.2 million holders of their token. Their token symbol is DLC. And also, if you're reading some of the details on their website, you can see how 8 Tier 1 exchanges have already been confirmed to list DLC, and they're simply just waiting for one major exchange to finalize the listing schedule. So this is a project that you really need to be keeping an eye out on. You can check out all of the details with their smart contract, but they're backed by some of the biggest VCs. They have a lot of experience on their team. If you go ahead and look at their team, there is a lot of experience from some of the biggest names in the tech space, as well as in the crypto space, and you can see all of that just directly on their website. But a few things I do want to go over about what it actually is, because we went over the numbers, they're impressive, but what the project actually is it's a decentralized cloud gaming protocol, and you can see this in a simple breakdown over on BitGet's website. They talk exactly about it. It's ultimately a decentralized cloud gaming protocol driven by AI and blockchain technology, and it's ultimately a combination of narratives bringing together AI, gaming, and also, if you're looking at GPUs and RWA, so real world asset tokenization. So if you're looking at all of this, this is like a decentralized physical infrastructure play combined with an AI play, combined with a gaming and RWA. It really combines all of these narratives that people have been talking about for the last year or so, and that's why I'm extremely excited about it when they do have their launch, because the market's doing really well. They are combining a number of different sectors of the crypto market that have been gaining a lot of attention. And if you're just looking at the numbers, they've raised millions and millions of dollars, with over 1 million holders of their token already from, the different sales that they've already had. So DeepLink ultimately is a project that combines is composed of 2 different components. The first is going to be their DeepLink protocol, and the second is the DeepLink software. If you go to the website, you can see how they talk about these 2 things. They say, look, DeepLink software is a game remote control software and cloud gaming platform developed based on DeepLink protocol, and DeepLink protocol is ultimately the backend for all of this. And you can see Introduction to DeepLink Protocol. You can click on that right here. It'll show you all the details of DeepLink Protocol. And if you want to head and see the DeepLink software, you can see all the details of that as well. They break it down very simply, and you can see this is just all in these documentation. You can see how they talk about how the market for global cloud gaming has been growing exponentially over the last couple of years and really started to take off back in 2021. You can see how they talk a little bit about the cloud gaming industry today, what it's composed of, and what ultimately DeepLink is trying to do with cloud gaming versus traditional gaming. Cloud gaming, there's only a low-end monitor, live streaming, no storage space is required, play on mobile phones, tablets, and web browsers like Chrome, Safari, and Edge, versus traditional gaming, which really doesn't have all of that. You can also see details of other aspects with advantages of cloud gaming, like low latency, high resolution, multi-device compatibility, and you can just see all these advantages if you go through their entire document right here. You also could check out their white paper as well. So this is something that is definitely worth checking out, because their project is has team members that were in some of the biggest tech space companies, like we mentioned earlier, from NVIDIA to Huawei to Intel to Cisco. And this is something that you really just need to be keeping an eye out on. Now let's talk a little bit about their node sale, because with the node sale, DeepLink is doing something that is pretty impressive. And you can see there's an entire video over on this website, which I'll link down below, but you can see that with the node sale, there is a total of 120,000 total nodes. There's going to be no additional issuance. And if you scroll down a little bit, you can see that with this, the more network users that DeepLink ultimately will have, the more network traffic and computing power it requires, which leads to the need for more CPU traffic machines and more GPU computing machines to provide infrastructure for DeepLink network, achieving decentralization and helping DeepLink grow faster. So by purchasing node authorization, you have the opportunity to participate in mining and earn rewards. And the more that this is going to continue to grow and the network continues to expand, like ultimately the more valuable this is. So only node owners can participate in the DLC mining, which is something that is very important as the project continues to grow long term. This is a really big benefit to buying a node. In addition to this, you can see that the total rewards is 12% of DLC tokens, 4% for CPU traffic nodes, and 8% for GPU, for personal GPU nodes. And this is something, again, that is going to add more value for people who buy the nodes. In total, the total token amount is 12 billion, and the output per node, which they talk about right here, is related to the actual number of nodes sold. So if all of them are sold, and you can see that a number of these are already sold out, a number of tiers are already sold out. So if all of them are sold, each node will produce 100,000 DLC. But if only 10% of the nodes are sold, then each node will produce 1 million DLC. So it's ultimately really important to get in early, because the earlier you get in, the more that you will be able to benefit long term, because ultimately the bigger the benefit is going to lead to, more rewards, more tokens, more money for that particular node holder. Last thing I do want to go over is going to be with node mining and a few other aspects. So with node mining, there's two different types. It talks about it right here under the node details and node sale details section. It says, ultimately, there's going to be the personal GPU machine miners and the CPU traffic miners. We talked about this briefly already just a minute ago, but these are the two ways that you can actually participate with the personal GPU machine miners. Individuals can offer their GPU computers to participate in mining. With CPU traffic miners, the CPU bandwidth machine node undertakes the core task of computation. And if you go ahead and look at their website, you can see they actually have this thing called the Orion GPU race. And this is something that, again, is benefiting the community, continuing to grow the project and making people more excited about this node sale, which is selling out really quickly, because you can see they already have tier 1 sold out and tier 2 sold out, with limited spaces left on the remaining tiers. So with this GPU race, ultimately, the DeepLink Orion race is a GPU computational performance competition, and only participants that own a node can join this race. So the important thing is that they're going to be giving out a total reward of 3 billion DLC, worth around $9 million US. And ultimately, the faster you join and participate, the more additional mining opportunities you will be able to get. And they say, look, total reward is 3 billion with 2 billion DLC for long-term rental mode and 1 billion DLC for short-term rental mode, lasting 180 days. The competition is divided into 3 rounds, each lasting 60 days, with intervals of 5 to 10 days. And the only way that you can participate this and be eligible for these $9 million, so 3 billion tokens, $9 million, is by buying a node and starting to participate in this race. And if we scroll up a little bit, we can also see under long-term rental node or short-term rental node, if you scroll down, you can already see that people are actively daily earning already. You can see GPU types versus the amount of rental it would be, rental rate per month. And then we scroll down a little bit and we scroll down to this calculator right here. It says is you actually can calculate how much you would be making. It says machine computing power calculation formula. You simply could select a model, the number of GPUs, memory size, and region, and then it will come out with the machine's computing power value and how much that exactly is. So if we just go ahead and select a few different options, then we could see exactly how much the value is, and you can see the daily earning already. So ultimately, this project has a lot of exciting things going on. If you want to go about actually buying nodes, you simply just have to go to the DRC pad website, and on DRC pad you will see that if you scroll down a little bit, DeepLink protocol is like the very first thing that comes up. You'll just click on participate now. You can go about actually buying nodes. If you go about buying one, referring a friend, you could get a 5% rebate. The initial price is $30. The maximum price is $155, and you can see that each node receives an additional airdrop of 30,000 DLC. The minimum amount of DLC mined per node is 100,000. And we talked about the maximum just is going to be based on however many nodes are sold total. So this is a project that is extremely exciting in my opinion. If you're bullish on artificial intelligence, if you're bullish on gaming, if you're bullish on RWA or cloud computing, well, this is a project that combines all of these different aspects into one. It's backed by millions and millions of dollars already and has seen over 1 million holders of the DLC token. So it's definitely worth checking out. This project not only has all of that, but also has competitions that are going on with Bybit. And you can see that they post about these all the time on their X page. They also have a big announcement coming up soon with OKX, which they've teased a little bit here and there. And just definitely worth checking out if you're interested in any of those sectors in crypto, because with the current market status, I'm expecting really big things from this project. And getting a node right now simply is going to yield massive returns over the next couple of years and as we continue to see this project grow.